What the heck is up, you guys? It's your boy Ace, aka Animated Heroes, here back with another action figure review. Today we're going to be taking a look at the SH Figuarts Dragon Ball Z Fighter Who Surpassed Goku, aka my favorite character from all of the Dragon Ball series, Son Gohan. Now, anyway, let's go ahead and get right into it, starting off with the sexy packaging. Now, other than the exclusives, not much has changed with the Dragon Ball packaging. It's pretty much what we've been getting for, I don't know, the last 10 years now. You got the window where you can see the figure. It says SH Figuarts, Son Gohan, Super Saiyan, Fighter Who Surpassed Goku. Love the accessories. It looks like he comes with quite a few. The figure looks really good in the packaging. You've got some images all along the side. Dragon Ball Z, the sticker of approval at the bottom from Bandai, ages 15 and up. Tamashii Nations Bandai, nothing up here, nothing much down here. Another image, nothing on this side. And then, of course, on the back, you got some poses you can get the figure into, as well as some of the accessories. Then a bunch of stuff I cannot read because I imported this. Another big shout out to my boy 86 Reviews, who sent this figure my way. I ended up missing up on the pre-order, so thank you, brother. Again, man, I really appreciate this more than you know. Now, by now, it's no secret to anyone that I don't really collect the Dragon Ball line faithfully. It's not that I don't want to, but I collect so many other lines that it's just hard to keep up with Dragon Ball, especially considering the fact that they have something new coming out every month. And it's to the point I can't keep up. It's just too much. But ever so often, there's times where I gotta dive back into the line, and there's certain figures that I have to pick up. Again, Gohan is my favorite character, so this was one that was mandatory for adding to my collection. And as you can see right out of the packaging, this guy looks good, man. This looks peak. This is exactly what I was hoping for in terms of this release, and Tamashii Nations delivered. And for the most part with Dragon Ball figures, they usually do. Ever so often they have some misses here and there, or some figures that could have just been done a little bit better. I don't think this is going to be one of them. Now, anyway, let's go ahead and take a closer look at him so we can examine some of the details. Now, first things first, I want to go ahead and applaud Tamashii Nations for how well their 3D printing is getting with the Dragon Ball line. I love how clean the eyes are on this figure. As you can see, this is clearly Gohan when he's staring down Cell right before the battle begins after his father surrendered, and he was the one who joined the battle, and we all know the outcome of that. I also really love this hair sculpt, man. It looks like he walked right out of the anime, man. And I say that a lot of times, but it has to be recognized when figure companies do well at something, and this is one of those cases. I love how the outer parts of the hair are a bit lighter, and then right along the core you can see that there's quite a bit of shading in there. It's not extremely subtle, but at the same time it is, but it's very noticeable, which I mean, I know I just contradicted myself, but still, it looks really damn good. Anyway, I love what they did with the skin tone. For the most part, everything translates very well, even between sculpt work and what's just molded. I love it all. The skin tone looks really freaking good, man. Also, the piccolo gi, it just looks nice. It looks very nice. And one thing I can't tell yet is if this figure actually has some blue shading along the wrinkles, or my eyes are just playing tricks on me. Either way, it looks really good, man. It could have a lot to do with the lighting, but I'm just gonna say it's there because you guys might see it. Actually, no, I'm not gonna say it's not. You guys will tell me in the comments if you got this figure. But anyway, he's got the blue wristbands instead of the red ones, which showcases that this is the anime version and not the manga version. He's also got the more saturated piccolo slides instead of the ones that are a little bit diluted in color. These look very good as well. And then you've got the back, which has quite a bit of sculpt work as well. So this figure looks really dang good, man. Just standing here as is, this is a very solid looking Gohan figure. Now, anyway, let's go ahead and put him back so we can see how tall he stands. Now, when it comes to the height on this guy, as expected, he's not the tallest figure in the line. In fact, he's one of the shortest. To the top of his head, he doesn't even reach 5 inches. I'd say he's about 4.5. Actually, to the top of his forehead, he's about 4 inches. So I think this actually scales pretty well. I want to say some of the other kid figures were a little too big. Characters like Gotenks and maybe even the previous Kid Gohan release that we got, the battle damage version. I'm not entirely sure. But either way, we'll see how he scales a little bit later once we get to some size comparisons. Articulation-wise, he looks up about that much, which the way that the eyes are painted on, it still looks like he's looking in the air, even though his head doesn't tilt back very far. He looks down very well, so that's good. But again, it still kind of looks like he's looking forward because of the eyes. Really good tilt, turn, rocker, all of that. This is very, very good. And you can tell Tamashii Nations used a double ball peg, as they should always do with all of their action figures at this point. We shouldn't be getting those hinge joints or anything anymore, because this right here just works. This is effortless and I love it. When it comes to the arms, they go up and out. Actually, wait a minute. Whoa, wait a minute. That was more than I thought. This one kind of popped off, but I think it's because I was forcing it. Oh, it doesn't want to go back in there. Oh no, I want to leave this on camera for you guys to see. There we go. The arms go up and out. As you can see, this one goes a little bit further than this one. I think it's the sleeve that's hindering it, but I'm going to say this is the length of which it can go, which is really freaking good, man. You can move that down, and the butterfly joints are very effective for those Kamehameha poses or punching poses, whatever you want him to do. He does have a bicep swivel, double jointed elbows, and I think most kid figures have single jointed elbows, so this is actually really good, man. I dig that a whole lot. The hands are on a very, very no, it's actually not tiny. It's a normal size ball peg, which is fine by me. They go up, down, all around. Only hindrance is going to be the little sleeve right there. Now, it doesn't look like he has a diaphragm joint, and it could be because he's really small. They couldn't really sculpt it on there, but he does lean forward. Whew, I'm popping this guy apart. I swear it's me, guys. I'm just going crazy with this figure. But he leans forward only about that much, so not a whole lot. He leans back about that much, still not a whole lot. He does get really good swivel. You can kind of bend him in, and I know, again, I'm taking this figure apart, but it's me. I'm going like all in with this articulation. But let me stop so you guys don't think it's a figure that's going to break. I'm sure y'all seen enough reviews, but still. Anyway, yeah, the belt is a floating piece, as you guys just saw, so it doesn't hinder it a whole lot. But I love this rocker here. Legs kick out about that much. Doesn't really kick back because he has a sculpted butt. They do have a thigh swivel. I know some people don't like this particular thigh swivel. It doesn't bother me, but I do wish they would have stuck with the old method, just because sometimes it does look a little weird. And then there's the issue of when you're doing this, that kind of happens. Either this part is going to sink in, or it's going to be a hard plastic and it's not going to maneuver at all. And as you can see, that's kind of ugly. So yeah, I would prefer the old method. That worked just fine. We don't have to worry about plastic warping. Anyway, he bends at the knee very well also, so that's good. No, actually, he has a swivel right here. So I wasn't expecting that, but that's really good. Very, very good on Tamashii Nation's part. Foot goes down about that much, up about that much. Quite a bit of ankle rocker, better than most. And then he does have a toe hinge. So articulation-wise, with this guy, there's not much you're not going to be able to do. Like, this figure can truly pose, man. You can get him in those flight poses. You can get him into Kamehameha poses, any kind of martial arts. So I'm happy with this. Now, when it comes to accessories, this guy comes with quite a few. Still some things I wish they would have added, or at least one or two in particular. But for the most part, you get enough. He comes with a neutral expression, or more angry expression, actually, right out of the packaging, and a pair of fist hands. Here is his neutral expression right here, which is kind of a calm look. This is from when he's watching the battle between Goku and Cell. It could be, or it could be when he walked right out of the hyperbolic time chamber, because he did kind of have this look at that time. But of course, he was wearing the Saiyan armor, which is why I said it's when he's watching the battle with Cell. Now, as you can see, this expression right here isn't nearly as detailed as the one that is on his face, or on the hair sculpt right now. It's a lot more subtle. It doesn't have the lines above the eyes, and he just looks more calm. Anyway, he does come with this angry expression right here, more shocked. This is when Android 16 gets killed, and you can see he's about to go into the rage mode, which ultimately turns him into Super Saiyan 2. He comes with this extra hair sculpt right here, which at first I thought this was a Super Saiyan 2 sculpt because at certain points in the manga, Akira Toriyama did draw Super Saiyan 2 with this back piece not sticking up. So it kind of threw me for a loop, but it is actually a windswept hair, and I should have known that because he has two bangs down. But he also comes with an angry yelling face on there, and then he does come with this teeth gritted face as well. All of these faceplates looking superb. Now he does come with two pair of blast hands, two pair of reaching stylish pose hands, another set of wide finger blast hands, and then he comes with a pair of Kamehameha hands. And also I said these are blast hands, but these are clearly used for the Masenko Ha. And then he does come with one other accessory, which I'll show right now. And that other accessory is none other than Piccolo's cape, which actually looks good. This was done exactly how I preferred it would be done if they were going to do something like this. You have the plastic upper piece, and then you have the wired lower piece. And I love that, man, because this piece right here, I don't know. When it's fabric, I don't like it. I've seen a lot of customizers do it that way, and I haven't been able to buy one just because I don't like how they look. But this right here is perfect. Like, this is really, really good, man. And the wire works well enough. You can really get him in those windswept cape poses, no problem. And what makes this amazing is the fact that Tamashii Nation's got it right, because we know their track record with action figure capes. Now, who knows? The next one's probably going to suck because there's no consistency when they do action figure capes. They could release a Batman tomorrow and it's going to be bad. But yeah, for the time being, I dig this. I really hope at some point we get something like this with a Piccolo. Now, in terms of accessories, the only thing I wish they would have thrown in that we could have added to this Gohan is either a Kamehameha or a Masenko. Preferably a Masenko, because I don't think we've gotten one of those yet, but I would have really loved that. Even though he didn't use it in the battle with Cell, it would have been cool to have. Moving on to some size comparisons, here he is standing next to an SH Figuarts Full Power Super Saiyan Goku. We also have him standing next to the proud uncle, the SH Figuarts Super Saiyan Vegeta. And then we have him standing next to Frieza, who's angry that another monkey he could have killed has become a Super Saiyan. Moving right along, here he is standing next to an SH Figuarts Krillin, the strongest Earth fighter. Then we also have him standing next to an SH Figuarts Dragon Ball CGI Piccolo, his real father, which it's so funny to me that Gohan literally trained in the hyperbolic time chamber with Goku for a year. And as soon as he came out, he said, hey, I want to wear your uniform, Piccolo. And it's a reoccurring theme in Dragon Ball for characters to sport the uniform or at least the kanji logo of the last person they trained with. And Gohan was like, yeah, nah, that trope ain't happening with me. But then anyway, here he is also standing next to an SH Figuarts Dragon Ball Super CGI Gohan. And then lastly, here he is standing next to what are probably my favorite Dragon Ball figures in the line, and also the ones that I have in my collection. Of course, we have the SH Figuarts Super Saiyan Full Power Goku. I don't remember what this one's called. Then we also have the Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Vegeta, which are both phenomenal figures. Now, one thing I'm pretty sure any Dragon Ball fan can agree with me on when it comes to this particular version of Gohan, this was peak character development. This was the Gohan that finally changed the game. It was when he let out that latent power that none of us were expecting, but at the same time, when it happened, none of us were surprised, because we can remember all the way back to when he landed that crazy blow on Raditz, which ultimately ended up in him being defeated by Piccolo and Goku. Then, of course, when we saw him training with Piccolo, we knew he had talent unlike most other Earthlings. And then, of course, he was half Saiyan, so that made a difference. Then we got to see all of the battles where he kept up with Piccolo, Krillin, and even some of the villains on Namek. And then when it got to the Android Saga, he was pushed back quite a bit until Goku finally brought out what we were all ready to see. The Gohan that became peak character. Now, we're not going to talk about the Buu saga. Everyone knows I don't like that saga. So for me, this was when Gohan became the primary Gohan, the peak Gohan, the pinnacle of what this character was supposed to be. And it's also when he became my favorite character. Now, all of that to say this, when it comes to this figure, obviously I recommend picking it up because it's Gohan, man. And I mean, the last time we got this version of Gohan, it was battle damage. Now we've got a chance to get an unbattle damage version. Now, I don't know if the other version's head fit on this body. I can't tell you. Can't tell you if the skin tones match because I don't have the other versions. But I'm pretty sure someone out there has a review, more than likely 86, where you can check that out. So, yeah, go check out my boy's channel. I know he did review this. I just don't remember if he did the head swaps, but I'm 100% sure that he did. But anyway, I hope that you guys enjoyed this. If so, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. That always helps me out. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Make sure to hit that bell icon to be notified whenever I upload new content. And last but not least, follow me on everything you see listed in the description below to keep up with my activity outside of YouTube. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Stay safe wherever you are, and bye.